to come and disrupt what we are doing. So Nigerians are not playing. Nigerian government is not playing. If you think that Nigerian government is playing, you are deceiving yourself. They are not playing. So if you are a Biafran and the you know you are deceiving yourself. That is the only thing and my only contribution at this moment. Thank you, Mazi. Choose.
Thank you so much for your speech. Let's listen to this very press briefing that I was searching for.
The National Assembly. I am the primary representative of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are very disappointed in the ruling of the court today, where especially the court took a position that the extraordinary rendition was not going to be part of the consideration today. But he, however, to be fair to him, said if we can prove that there were extraordinary rendition, then that would change his consideration. So
imagine that if the lawyers can prove that there was an extraordinary rendition. Very funny for someone to say that in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the extraordinary rendition is very open, very clear, even to the blind.
A judge that is living in Nigeria.
You can imagine. In the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, 2 courts in Nigeria confirmed the extraordinary rendition. They even went ahead to tell Nigeria to pay compensation to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. One of them said that no court in Nigeria has the jurisdiction to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They must send him back wherever they brought him and bring him legally if they want to.
The judge is not telling Nigeria. The judge is not telling Nigeria if they can prove there is evidence of there is no extradition, then he will hold back Nnamdi Kanu. It is Nigeria who have the proof. But they went to London for court and Kenya.
When you hear this kind of things, when you hear this kind, you begin to wonder. And this was why all this while our lawyer Jimako stood his ground initially and said there will be no trial. That was where they're supposed to. There is no trial. And when they introduced sun into it, we thought that a magic is going to happen. But the main key is that the court of Nigeria has no jurisdiction to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you by yourself, you have watered down the extraordinary rendition and you see where it's leading. After this one, later on, I'm going to play the response of Wazirike. In what Wazirike gave, I agree with Wazirike 90%. I agree with him. But let's listen to this guy. Let's listen to this man.
We are coming back. I've been assured by the lawyers that they are coming back to show that proof. One, the issue of jurisdiction. We will now know whether this court has jurisdiction or not. That's number one. Then number two, there seems, I keep saying it, there seems to be 2 sets of rules in this country. One for the Igbo man and the other one for every other Nigerian. Where every other Nigerian gets a reprieve, the Igbo man would not get a reprieve. You look at even the issue of the health situation of our brother. There have been many circumstances where people have been given opportunities to go and seek medical care, yet Nnamdi Kanu is denied. Even the president, at every consideration, the president goes overseas to take care of himself. He doesn't even subject himself to Nigerian medical attention. So it is very wrong for them to deny Nnamdi, who the doctors have laid clear evidences that he's having insufficiencies, organ insufficiencies. And what is the government waiting for? For him to die? Oh my God. And then the circumstances will now be brought up again? So, but for the Igbos, I'm more disappointed with the Igbos. The political leadership of the Igbo land, the spiritual and otherwise concerned, are keeping quiet, extraordinarily quiet, on the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Especially when it is shown that when it concerns to others, especially in the north, the government is negotiating with terrorists, non-terrorists, dressed up who with guns and various ammunition, and yet they have not proved that Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. So it is up for Igbos.
Did you hear that? Nigerian government has no proof that IPOB is a terrorist organization. They don't have any proof that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist, but yet they want you to go and bring a proof that is already available that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have a extraordinary edition. The double standard in Nigeria, the evil of Nigeria, is always pointing to the fact that a Biafra, more especially an Igbo man has nothing to do with Nigeria. You are not part of the project, and you will never, ever, ever be part of the project. The words you hear, you can hear it clear. We are not part of the project, and we will never, ever, and we are not seeking to be part of it. We are not seeking, we are okay, we are not seeking to be part of the project. We want to get out, and that is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is asking for. Peacefully, he came out peacefully. Give us a referendum. That is what he was asking for. Up until IPOB was declared a terrorist organization by politicians in Biafra land, there was no arm anywhere held by members of IPOB. It was just protest. It was just call for self-referendum. And they stood. The politicians were there. Ohaneze Hinandam was there. All these idiotic elites that come and claim whatever they are, they were there. Including these idiots that are claiming SAN. All these ones that are come to defend, they call themselves SAN. They were there when IPOB was proscribed without any single evidence or proof anywhere. Without any evidence. And yet, today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that his extraordinary edition was confirmed by United Nations, confirmed by a court in Kenya, confirmed by Nigerian court. They tell you to go and bring a proof. Listen.
To now rise up to ensure that we come in total defense of our brother and ensure that, especially in the administration of criminal justice, that he is not being marginalized. So Igbos should rise up for once and to say that all the spectacle, that enough is enough.
These same Igbos they are talking about. You see the same way they are silent in the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa.
Thank you.
Every one of them is silenced. They don't talk about it. A time will come when you will see them to jump up and begin to dream and wish that Mazi Simon Ekpa is out. That time is approaching. When they will wish that Mazi Simon Ekpa is out. These same people today, most of them, we are the ones that put pen together. They wrote. They sent delegates to Finland. They helped Nigeria to push that lie that Mazi Simon Ekpa was the one destabilizing Biafra land. It is 10 months. 10 months and still counting. And yet, has that insecurity reduced? Has it stopped? The mass killing that is going on in Okigwe, even as we speak, none of them is talking about it. The mass killing that is going on in Olu, is it Simon Ekpa? Is it IPOB? Who is it that is doing it? Nobody is asking. You see them now. They are talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They keep silent about the issue of Mazi Simon Ekpa. An innocent man who volunteered himself to pursue self-determination on behalf of his people. Self-determination is not a crime. It is a right and not even a privilege. It is a right. But they criminalize it and they are all silenced. The politicians sponsor. The same way they sponsored the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya, they contributed financially. They were part of the bringing the aircraft. They contributed morally. They gave praise and gave support. Some of them kneel down and raise up their hand when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. Some of them today are going underground to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for campaign. We are getting there. A time is going to come when you wish that Mazi Simon Ekpa was around. Be careful what you wish for. It is going to happen. It is going to happen.
Excuse me. Nigerian Medical Council. Now listen. The Nigerian Medical Council, you people examined Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on, that was 3 days ago. Yes. And the report will have it where you people said that the report.
Pay attention to this one. The whole world should pay attention to this one. When we say Nigeria is not a country that any human. When you know, so at a time they begin to agree to Mazi Nnamdi. They say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu calling Nigeria a zoo is a kind of exalting them. It's a kind of exalting them. It's raising them up. They are lower than the zoo. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say anybody that call himself a Nigerian and continue to promote one Nigeria, you're lower than animal. Hear a report that is coming. Pay attention to this warning that this guy is giving.
Even by age, did not even capture the entire health condition of Nnamdi Kanu. You discovered more. That you people should not doctor that report because court has ordered that you people should bring that report to court. We know what is happening in Nigeria because now that it involves Nnamdi Kanu and the Igbos, they may force you people or may intimidate you people because we learned that DSSS are even trying to intimidate eminent Professor Emeritus, Professor Araj, who has been a Provost College of Medicine, University of Nigeria, who has been a dean. His medical record is here. And somebody that is not even a consultant is questioning the report given by Araj. Now the team, you people, constituted met Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that was 3 days ago, at the DSSS, and Nnamdi Kanu subjected himself. We have that report. That report, as you people have it, provide it in court. Having said that, now, what gave rise to this particular?
I want you to pay attention to this warning because this thing that this guy warned about, it is going to happen. They are going to doctor that very report that they made. I want you to pay attention to this very warning he gave. And the whole world, people that are watching us, media houses that are watching us, organizations that are watching us, human rights activists that are watching us, pay attention to this warning that Maxwell, a lawyer, Barrister Maxwell, I think he's a doctor also, this warning he's given, we should pay attention to it. There's every tendency that they are going to doctor that very doctor's report that have already been made, that they have a copy of it. Because they have already started threatening the lawyer, the doctor, a medical doctor with 20 years experience in the United States. They are threatening him. I heard that they even summoned him in a way. I want you to hear the full warning from this guy so that we will know when it's going to happen.
Eminent Professor Emeritus, Professor Araj, who has been a Provost College of Medicine, University of Nigeria, who has been a dean. His medical record is here. And somebody that is not even a consultant is questioning the report given by Araj. Now the team, you people, constituted met Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that was 3 days ago, at the DSSS, and Nnamdi Kanu subjected himself. We have that report. That report, as you people have it, provide it in court. Having said that, now, what gave rise to this particular issue of medical council is the petition I personally submitted against Dr. Mohammed Nasiru from DSSS, the doctor that never examined Nnamdi Kanu, but he decided to depose falsely on oath. 37 paragraph affidavit. I submitted that petition. It was on that basis that Attorney General ordered the medical council to constitute a different board. We have been following it up, and that petition must be heard. And the Dr. Nasiru should be, with his license as a medical doctor, if he is, should be withdrawn.
Exactly, if he is.
If Barrister Maxwell Upper PhD is submitting, it should be there. Just like what Honorable said, I'm highly disappointed to my fellow Igbo people.
Oh my God.
Nnamdi Kanu is suffering this because he's an Igbo.
Yes.
We must say it.
Yes.
Had it been that Nnamdi Kanu is from the north or from the southwest, he wouldn't have been there by now.
He would have been free.
And everybody's keeping quiet. Both the religious leaders, both the political leaders, both those in diaspora. Nothing is happening. You feel that that is this. I'm not disappointed. So this is the judge said that.
Someone is speaking.
Yeah, Mazi Choose and Biafrans. You know, when they always talk about these disappointments on the Igbos, it angers me too much because they should start from themselves to be disappointed. This man that the elder there that said that, is it not the same Igbo elders that pointed at the houses of our people for Zanjaweed military to go and take them and bomb and kill? This man that is talking this now, saying both in Biafra, doesn't that person know that United States of Biafra has been declared? Was it declared by him or at whom? So what are they really telling themselves? This angers me a lot because they are the problem we have. These people, the elders, both the dead and the one that are alive, the religious people. I don't want to talk about politicians. Politicians are not for anyone, anywhere. Our own is double problem. But the religious people, the leaders of the religion, the Igbo lawyers, those that are defending the constitution of this construction, that are keeping quiet, that can stand on what they know and what they use to defend the same country, to tell the same country that this is wrong and this is our own. They have not done that. They're all quiet. They want their salary. They want their stomach to be filled. And some of them, majority also, are against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So what Igbo is this person talking about? And what Igbo is going to rise up? Is it the ones they have already destroyed their lives? Is it the ones they have shot? That's when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, like you said, they celebrated it. They helped Nigeria. They helped Nigeria. Okay? And they're still helping Nigeria. That's why I said in my first submission that it is not everybody that come now to talk free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that really meant it, because many of them that sold him are in the forefront of saying it. The first is his family, followed by such elders. The politicians, we know their stand. But they helped these people. They helped the politicians. They are still helping the politicians. So let them watch their word when they talk about Igbos being they are disappointed. You are an Igbo. You have to start being disappointed because what you're supposed to do as a lawyer that is taking care of this is to coordinate your fellow Igbo lawyers. Start from there. Coordinate them. Call them to action. Your fellow Igbo lawyers in that very contraction, federal. Tell them to stand up for their own, because it's the same constitution that are being used when you know that your own has not committed anything. He is clean as the snow. So don't come here and mess up your words where you have already done good by writing the petition that is moving something. But we are not deceived, and we cannot be deceived. Watch your word when you talk, because Igbos are not fools. We still stand on what we stand, and we know what we want. And Nigeria cannot break our spirit. And Biafra is here. It is Biafra or Biafra. And our leader must not die. I cancel the word where he said, if Biafra, instead of Biafra not to come to, let him be lowered. I say, no, he will stay alive and see that. Let's continue.
Thank you, my sister.
Thank you,
for the record, the man that spoke is not representing the elders. He's a special representative of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And also in the case of the lawyers, sometimes we have to understand them in a different form, in the sense that they are operating under Nigerian government. They are in that Nigerian territory. There are certain things they will not do. There are certain things they cannot say. And they are not going to fight the way we are fighting. Sometimes we have to give them that privilege. Like this very guy, Maxwell, have been doing extraordinarily well. He has gone out his own way. In most cases, he has traveled out in most cases to make a case on behalf of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on his own self. So, but on what my sister said also, that is a very great point in that. The elders, as they call themselves elders, those who are elders, they are the major problem. I did a program about them, but it yesterday or the day before today, how they contribute to what we are suffering. The elders, the politicians, the elite, they are together in this, and we will never look away from it.
The judge said that he's not aware of extraordinary edition. We are taking it like that. We are going to bring a formal application. We are going to attach all the whole judgment given by even Kenya. The country said that yes, our country did not do well. Now Malami is he has turned activist. The Malami that comes in, he has turned activist. He's now in opposition. As you are doing anything, remember that you cannot be in government forever. Yes, tomorrow. That is my message to you. Thank you. I want to say something.
And finally, hold on. And finally, to conclude everything,
I want us to pay attention to this part also. This one is also very informative. I want us to pay attention.
Despicable, we take a serious exception to the fact that the doctor that examined Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, emeritus professor of medicine, well renowned all over the world, that someone from the government side reported him to the Nigerian Medical Association, and it was someone.
Imagine, they went and reported a doctor, professor emeritus, a doctor, that spent 20 years in the United States, a professor emeritus, they went and reported him to their useless Nigerian Medical Association, and they summoned him. Because the man gave the truth, fact. This, when we talk about professor emeritus, doctor, these are people who don't play with their dignity. They don't play with their personality. It's not about you, whether you are Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa. It is about their career. Somebody who have attained to that stage doesn't play with their career, but they went and reported this man. They went and reported him to their useless Nigerian whatever, and they summoned this man in a way. I want you to hear this. Very important, and the world should take note.
From the government side, reported him to the Nigerian Medical Association, and he was summoned to Lagos to face a panel, all because he returned the truthful diagnosis on man. And he was summoned to Lagos to face a panel, all because emeritus professor of medicine, well renowned all over the world, that someone from the government side reported him to the Nigerian Medical Association, and he was summoned to Lagos to face a panel, all because he returned the truthful diagnosis on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So this persecution knows no bounds. We are wondering when they are going to come after the lawyers as well. They are now going after the doctors. The idea that the doctor, the primary physician for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, chosen by him, is being intimidated by the government is despicable. The primary goal of everybody should be the health condition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not the intimidation of anybody that brings the truth before the authorities. The doctor is a witness of truth, and on that truth we shall stand. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's health condition is very paramount, and everybody should go out there and talk about it. You cannot stand trial if you are not healthy. Thank you very much.
I want to say something very important, because I'm thinking that this ruling favors us to some extent. The judge said that there is no evidence of extraordinary rendition before him. That is the case of jurisdiction. He has said it. Yes. So we are not entering defense until the court determines it whether he has jurisdiction or not. So the court has given us a hint. We are going to file it and bring the evidence that the court wants. Once it discovers that then the court has no jurisdiction. So let us go with the hope in our heart that the door is not closed. Very well.
Did you hear that? This is where Ejimakor was standing before they brought their son to destabilize everything. And this last guy just mentioned it, that they are not putting in any defense. Once they come up to prove that Nigerian government have no jurisdiction to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because of the extraordinary rendition, the case is gone. And that is what ends the case. That is why they begin to throw it out. And that is why I don't know why they decided to accept to start this program afresh. Places they have passed, instead of standing there. And now they are now going back to that very. That is what that guy is just explaining. Go back and bring the proofs. Once they bring it, Nigeria lost jurisdiction and no case.
Mazi.
To see all this drama unfolding, that the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in your hand, is in my hand. It's not in the court. It's not in the lawyers. It's not in the judges. It's not everywhere. It can only be found in your own hand. And we need to sit up and do what we have to do.
Mazi, choose.
Go on, Greg.
Yes, thank you. You know what happened? Why they brought Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out yesterday, not that they wanted to do anything. It was because of this health issue. They just want to play this thing to bring him to the gallery so that people will see him and feel maybe they say he's sick, that he's not sick. So, but one thing is this. And I think I told you last 2 days ago or yesterday that Dr. Agaj is the person I know in person.
Yes.
He's not, Dr. Agaj is not afraid of Nigeria. Go and mark it. He is not a quack. He's not a doctor that people will just It's not anyhow person that will call Agaji safe before Agaji will come. I'm just telling you the fact. So Agaji is not afraid of Nigeria. They can call him anywhere. And that's, as I told you, Agaji cannot risk his license for $1 million. Agaji cannot risk his license for $1 million.
No, they think
and
everybody can be bought. That is what Nigeria believes.
That is the person I know in person. So everything Nigeria is doing is rubbish. That is absolutely rubbish. It is the time for the Igbo people they are calling. It happened that majority of them that are here talking today are the ones who think that if they hold Simon Ekpa, that they will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They were playing some double game, not standing on what Simon Ekpa advised them from day one. That the most important thing is to make the arrest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu useless. Some of the lawyers ignore it. They want to persecute Mazi Simon Ekpa. They thought that if they silence Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu will be released. Not knowing that the Nigeria want to use them. Their aim is to make sure that anything concerning Biafra is dead, like Peter Obi. So, and if any person among them that expected any of Igbo politician to come out, that person is wasting time because they are the one holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu where he is. That is 100% fact. And they want to use him to take glory. That they jail him, if not me, Ozodimma, if not me, Mba, if not me, Soludo, they wouldn't have released Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So their target is to jail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they will come and say, okay, no, they will release him, he will go as a team. Then they want to take pride, to take glory in Igbo land as people who come and fight for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So that is why I'm telling the Biafrans, they will continue playing this game. As long as the international community keeps silence, as long as we are not doing anything that will hold Nigeria for them to release Nnamdi Kanu. Apart from that, I don't see them. All this one they say go and bring evidence. They can bring the evidence, and which lawyer will, as a judge, he did not come out when if he's a good judge, what he will say that he asked the Nigerian government, how did they bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu since the council of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying that it's extraordinary rendition. How did they brought Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria? Then it is the duty of Nigeria to...
That question was asked. They never answered it up to today. They have not explained it. Right from the time of Malami, who have now come back to this, Malami was asked, how did Nigeria go? Even when they are what do they call them? Interpol denied that they are not aware. Interpol said they are not aware.
See, so if this judge, this criminal Omotoshe is a just man, he will ask the Nigerian government. The Nnamdi Kanu lawyers are claiming that you extraordinary rendition him. How did he come? How did you bring him? Now he's going. He said instead he is not aware. Go and bring evidence. That is showing that the man is a criminal. Yeah, to show you the kind of evil person he is. To show you that he is an evil person. So any person is sitting and thinking that the Nigeria will do anything, they will not do anything. The only thing that will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is our effort and our pressure to the international community. For me, that's what I think. I might be right, I might be wrong. Because all these games, they will play it to they do the next election. Or the election is coming very close. That is the only thing he will know. Their target now is not even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The target now is Finland and the appeal in Finland. So now they are coming with different ways. They will be coming up with many things. The IPOB that wanted political solution since 5 years now, they are no more talking about political solution. They are not telling the Biafrans where they stop. The only thing they are gathering like vulture to attack the Tongoza Rebels and the Biafra United States government, using Ogen Kid and his community to do evil against what we are doing. So every person that is here should open his ears and his eyes and his mind and know, get ready for what is coming. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's hear from Coach Chooks. Are you there? Coach Chooks, unmute yourself. Coach Chooks, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Mazi. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. Welcome.
Good morning, Biafrans all over the world. Both the genuine ones and those that are still fighting against his fellow brothers. Good morning from my side. Yes. What we need to know in this difficult time, because this is the highest, how would I even put it myself? Because what happened yesterday, we are not going to say that we are not expecting it. Because for Finland to do their own, the person that they call their own son, they call him terrorist in their own country. That is to tell you that all the Igbos, all Biafrans all over the world, they are trying to tell us that we are, am I going to say we are half-caste or what? Because that's the same as the Simon Ekpa that we are talking about. He's a citizen of Finland. No, I don't give. Since getting to 18 to 20 years that Mazi Simon Ekpa had been in Finland, they did not know that he's a terrorist. In that aspect, he's one of the reserve military, as they said, in that same Finland. They did not know he's a terrorist. It's when he have grown enough to say want to fight for the freedom of his people. That is when they tag him terrorist. That is the same thing applicable to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. This Nigeria that we are in today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a born and growth up in this Nigeria that we're talking about. Let me just say, went to UK to go to school and everything that he do in UK before coming back to say he want to fight for the freedom of his people. And all our people today that keep silent, they are doing as if they don't know what is going on. This is the right time for everybody supposed to rise up. And if I may even ask, I didn't see justice coming out of that Nigeria court. Because what we're going to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is our action. Number one, if I will even say, all these people that are parading themselves as senior advocate of Nigeria, or they are defending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the court case, this is the right time for every one of them to even stop going to that court, if I may even talk my own experience. Because if they put a date today or tomorrow, if they didn't see anybody to defend him, by then tomorrow, they don't see anybody to come. If they do that 2-3 times, they will not have any other option to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go home. Because the same court, the same Nigeria court, almost 4 courts, I mean 3 to 4 courts in that same Nigeria, I've said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu don't have any question to answer. What are they still holding him? What are they still holding him for? It's just for the evil agenda that they have. Most especially the evil politicians. When the election reach, they use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as campaign. That's the same campaign that we talk about that Soludo used to enter office. And now, they see that Soludo, he can never use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for any campaign again. They're trying to use Abia State Governor. What are they trying to tell us? That is all of them in question. They know what they are doing. They know what they are doing from beginning to the end. And this is the right time for every one of us. Because it's only United States of Biafra. That is the only government that's supposed to take the bull by the horn. Because it's the action that we take today. That is what we're going to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. Likewise, Mazi Simon Ekpa is what we're going to bring us out. If you are waiting to justice come out from that Nigeria court, We are wasting our time. We are wasting our time. Because international world, they are not going to say anything pertaining what happened yesterday in court. As they keep silent about Mazi Simon Ekpa own, they did not say anything. Though the same international world, they're going to say they are not seeing the killings going on in Biafra land because of what they are gaining in Nigeria here. That is why they keep mute. They do as if they are not even seeing what is going on. But it's our action. That is what we're going to force them to talk. Every one of them. Because talking every day by day, you're not going to solve the problem. It's for us to take an action. Thank you, Mazi. That's what I have to say for now.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you for your contribution. You have spoken well. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching from, I hope you understand where we are. The topic we are discussing today says aftermath of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court case, global reaction, expectations, and the way forward for Biafran people. That is what we are discussing today.
Yes,
and we get into expectation. When it comes to the expectation, we're discussing about the expectation now. Millions of Biafrans across the globe are waiting to see what happens next. Millions of Biafrans across the world, we are all waiting what happens next. Some expect court to finally bow to truth. That is what most of us is expecting. Some of us are expecting international governments to intervene. But I want to let you know, the greatest expectation lies within you, within me, within us. The greatest expectation lies within us, the Biafrans themselves. This aftermath is a call for unity, for strategy, for resilience. We cannot fold our arms, waiting for politicians to act. We cannot depend on international powers who often choose silence. We must expect more from ourselves. More unity, more sacrifice, and more determination. That is how we can be able to overcome. The truth is simple. Biafra will not be given. Biafra must be taken. Nobody is going to give you Biafra. Nobody will say, okay, come and take it. No, you are going to take it. Biafra will not be given. Biafra will be taken. Through persistence, through consistency, and unbreakable will. That is how we can get it. Every one of us must prepare for the task ahead. It is not over until it is over. The same battle we are facing in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the same battle we are facing in Mazi Simon Ekpa. Don't ever forget that. These are the two challenges that are before us. And they are going hand in hand. As we are reporting, talking about the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are equally presenting the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa before the whole world. The injustice of Mazi Simon Ekpa, the criminalization of self-determination. Don't ever forget. That is what all this is all about. They criminalize self-determination. They criminalize self-determination because of Biafra. They play a different standard. Self-determination that we know that international law says it is your right. Not a privilege. It is your right. That is what international law says. African Peoples and Human Rights Law agrees. Nigerian law itself agrees with it. But because it is Biafrans, more especially the Igbos, they criminalize it and make it a crime. And some of us just pay attention and continue to follow on. My fellow Biafrans, what are the way forward? What are we going to do? The ways forward. We have to talk about the way forward. seeing what is happening, the way they are trying to delay our freedom, trying to hold us back, trying to make sure that we do not actualize that our dream, trying to make sure that we do not take over our land. What is the way forward? What are we going to do? There is something every one of us can do. There are some responsibilities we have to engage in, both old and young, poor and rich, whether you're in the media or off media. Every one of us, that's something we must do. We must continue to create mass international awareness. It doesn't cost you money. There are things, some cost money, some doesn't cost money. Mass international awareness. We must take the story beyond Nigeria media lies. We must take the story beyond Nigerian media lies. We don't allow that their lie to fly anymore. We must flood international platforms with the truth about Biafra, about the persecution of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Civil disobedience. Civil disobedience, peaceful but powerful. Our civil disobedience, peaceful but powerful. Example, our sit at home. From that sit at home, enter into boycott if we can. Global protests everywhere. Choose the one you can do. Global protests. Sit at home, boycott, global protests must continue as a symbol of resistance. Don't ever reduce it. Anytime you play it down, you are playing into the hand of the enemies. Anytime you play it down, you are opening door for the enemies. You are delaying our struggle in one way or the other. There must be diplomatic push. Our diaspora must engage foreign governments, parliaments, international organizations until they are no longer ignored. We have to continue to push. Whichever group you belong, whichever angle you are, whichever section you are, continue to push in every way you can, in every organization you can be able to reach, in any government, in any parliament, anywhere you are, right? That your letter has meaning. It can go a long way. By the time 1, 2, 3 people write to the parliament and they see it, they can't ignore it forever. It takes one man to change it. One person is going to enter there and see this letter and decide to attend to it. When God wants to walk, he will walk through a man. God does it. He cannot come from heaven and send legion of angels to come and fight for you. No, it goes through a man. We do our own part by writing those petitions to where it's supposed to be. Let it be there. A hand will come. Chukwu Okikabiyama will use one man. Just a single person can change this. And who tell you there are no good men? There are good men everywhere. There are still good men everywhere. Remember the story of the Bible when somebody was claiming that he's the only prophet remaining, that other prophets are that he's the only prophet in Israel. He was lamenting that he's the only one remaining. But when Chukwu Okikabiyama opened his eyes, he saw there are thousands and thousands of prophets that are not yet mentioned. So we must not lose hope and think that they will continue to ignore some. They won't ignore us forever. We'll do our own part. Above all, unity. Above all, unity. The aftermath must not divide us. All this judgment we are hearing, all these distractions must not divide us. This is the time to build bridges, not walls. This is the time to build bridges, not walls. Bridges that people can step into and climb and walk. People can climb, people can walk through it. Not walls. Don't build walls. No need to be building groups here and there, left, right, and center. Building groups. This is not the time. This is not the time for bribe, collecting bribe. Some people collect bribe as little as recharge card. People collect bribe as little as recharge card just because somebody bought you a recharge card to put in your smartphone. You begin to talk rubbish. As little as recharge card. Some people, they don't even give them anything, just because of friendship. Just because somebody will come and praise you and call you one idiotic name or the other. They change. This is not time for that. No individual agenda. We should avoid this individual agenda. base everything we are doing on collective interests, our collective interests. There is one single thing that unites us. It doesn't matter what anybody, including those who claim to be politicians or whatever, every one of them, they need, even these politicians, they need the freedom more than also. They are in chains. Those ones, they are in chains. You know, they see their shame every day. You see their shame, the way they disgrace them. You see the way they disgrace them in the House of Assembly, in the House of their Senate. Those idiots that call themselves just because they can be able to eat from the crumbs that fell from their master's table, they are just okay. But their own shame, they even shame me. This is not for individual agenda. It's not the time for individual agenda. Don't allow individual agenda to derail our mission, our collective mission of freedom, our collective interest of freedom. Don't ever allow it to be derailed by your selfish interest, by your personal interest. Don't allow it. Let us hear from our brother Ocean. Ocean, are you there? If you are there, Ocean, unmute yourself and speak to us. Ocean. If you are there, Ocean, speak to us. I know.
Thank
Ocean
you. Thank you. Yeah, my brother. It's not easy, but thank God that at least I get you this time. Thank you very much, Mazi Survival. Thank you. You are doing very good work, sensitizing Biafrans on the pains that we are going through and the way forward. Very, very important. I listened to our sister when she made that submission, and she said that, oh, sorry, my brother, I greet you, Biafrans, according by your time zone. Thank you, Survivor. Good day to you. You see, yeah, our sister said that our mineral resources that they are milking, you have to use it to negotiate. That is 100% pure. Because when a child is hungry, that child cries. And when you put food in bottle on the mouth of that child keeps quiet, begins to stop, begins to drink. Or when you put food in the mouth of that child begins to do what? Enjoy the food. So on that note, what that our sister said is something that is all to be done in a very good manner, in a very stringent manner as well. Take out the feeding bottle from the mouth of the sucklers. Take out the breast from the mouth of the sucklers. Then we can begin to talk. Not only necessarily when you go to plead with them to come to recognize us. Yes, we are going for the recognition for sure. That's the very best way to go. But while doing that, do not forget that